It is regrettable, but it is also true that the persons with disabilities are disproportionately represented in our unemployment figures. And while this has been a constant in Barbados, it has to change. And therefore these kinds of activities, whether it is to be able to provide regular formal employment or to be able to allow people to be better positioned to be entrepreneurs, are going to be very important as we move forward. But this is not going to work, of course, unless we address the bias that is latent and sometimes not so latent in our society, and particularly with employers who today still refuse to employ persons with disabilities for a number of reasons. And some of it is simply the fact that there are existing protocols and structures and cultures do not facilitate persons with disabilities, and it is easier to keep the existing order than to make change. And so I would wish to use this opportunity again to call for employers in Barbados to make some of the necessary changes to allow themselves to benefit from the advantages of hiring persons with disabilities. The last figures that we had, I think, from the last census, and there's currently one going on, said that there are about 5% of Barbadians living with disabilities. I think that figure might be adjusted now as we expand to include the range of disabilities, as we expand also to include the fact that our society is aging, and a number of our older persons, as a result of aging in Barbados with NCDs, also become disabled. And therefore we might have a larger figure than we had first imagined when we look at the range of disabilities as well. And as we move toward getting older, as our society ages, of course that would also contribute to the number of persons with disabilities. And I feel very well that the response, to persons with disabilities, whether it is actual or perceived response, has resulted in a level of discrimination that is unacceptable. It is unacceptable in Barbadian society.